Hey YouTube, this is my wedding vlog number 2. For a while I didn't do vlogs. I started and then I was like, no, I don't want to do it because I've seen a lot of other people getting a lot of stuff from just bad flack, whatever. So, I decided to come back and do it again. I was stressed out with school and everything like that. So now that it's summer and it's June and I'm done with school, um, I'm ready to get back on top of my game. So basically, this vlog is about how to plan ahead and not be stressed out for your wedding. Because I know it's such a stressful time, especially if you don't have a wedding planner like I don't, and you're planning everything, just you and your fiance, or you and just your family members. So it's just basically how to plan ahead and be able to work, go to school, and still plan your wedding without getting stressed out and overloaded with all that stuff. I like to think myself, I have done a pretty good job of not getting stressed out as far as planning my wedding. I'm trying to do stuff ahead of time and trying to do every little thing where I can. My thing, especially now that school's out, before I leave the house, before I do anything, I have to do one thing that pertains to my wedding before I can even leave the house. So that's just a little something that I came up with for myself, to make me, do something every day. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is getting a wedding binder, and to keep everything in. It's good if you're planning your wedding by yourself, and it's also good if you have other people that are helping you plan your wedding, whether it be a wedding planner or your maid of honor or your mom, his mom, whatever. And hold on, I have it right here. Also, not only a wedding binder, but a wedding notebook. And this is just what you're going to keep everything in. This is ours. It's just regular binder from Walmart. And I have tabs. Oh, something just fell. Um, and you get like dividers and tabs or whatever like that. Just to section off everything, I guess. Keep it organized. And the first tab is just my wedding and the reception. The second tab is wedding party and guest list and whatever it goes on, all the way down, just dividing everything: honeymoon, day of wedding tasks, and stuff like that. So um, I'm breaking them off. The slip covers are bigger than the tab, so you can't see that. So the first tab, like I said, is the wedding and the reception. So what I'm going to put in that is just everything we need to know, everything that pertains to that. So this is our actual contract, and just the information for the reception. I put the card of the person that we're going with down here, and it's just a little thing about like our room, what we're going to pay, price per plate, and everything like that. And once I get the contract, I'm going to put in here as well. And something that I do need to put in here next that I just took out, I keep looking at it, is their packages. Just so you have for reference if you want to change anything, and just put that in there. And then the wedding ceremony, the church doesn't really have anything, but once we get something for that, we'll be putting that in there as well. And then just the wedding party information, just put in their contact information, their number, their address, their email. Not that I'm creeping on all of them, but just so we can always contact them. So, if I need to get in contact with somebody that's in the party, or, somebody that's on his side or something like that, this binder has everything in it. Their email, if I need to shoot them an email about anything that's upcoming, it's all in there. So it's just great to have. And then 3 is just goes on to our wedding guests. So basically, you get the gist. What this binder is for. And then as well as I have a notebook that I keep inside the binder. Obviously it doesn't fit in there, but I keep it in there just with stuff that I write down if I'm on the phone with one of the receptionists, or not one of the, yeah, one of the receptionists at the reception hall or at the church. And also I've been taking it with me when I go wedding dress shopping. If I go online, just to make it efficient and not make myself a wasted trip, I do like a run through. I go David's Bridal House Surprise or anything like that all in one day. And I've looked online before. If there's any dresses that I've seen online that I want, I write it down, write the style number down and the price of that dress. So that when I get there, I'm not just standing around like an idiot. I'm able to say, hey, do you have this dress, this dress, this dress? and this dress, and it also helps them too with kind of getting the feel of what your style is. So I keep that. And this binder is just really helpful because it has everything in it. And if you're looking for it, your fiance is looking for it, he needs to know anything. And also, I do email a copy to my maid of honor and my mom, who are also helping me plan my wedding. So I email them a copy, and they're able to know. So they can put together a binder themselves, but if we're all together and we're looking at stuff, we have this binder with us. And it's been very helpful to keep everything together for me, and so I don't drive myself nuts. The second thing I do to plan ahead and keep myself organized is I make a wedding checklist. I have it on my phone. That's what I'm looking at. So every month, at the beginning of every month, and the end, well, I say not the beginning of every month, the end of, yeah, whatever, the beginning of every month, I send out a checklist. Like last month, I sent out a May checklist for what I wanted to get done for that goal for that month. And let me backtrack. This is planning ahead as if you are getting married a year away. Today is June 1st, 2014. I'm getting married June 6th, 2016. So normally, typically, any wedding checklist you'll find online and stuff like that, it goes a year in advance or plus more. So there's things that you can get done before you hit that year mark, before your wedding. So I just did 1 month before the wedding, and I had a May checklist. And the things that you can probably get done even before a year before your wedding is choose your bridal party, obviously. Decide on your budget. Save dress photos, just giving yourself an idea of what you want to have, and like what your style is, so that when it comes time to dress shopping, you're not looking dumbfounded, you're not overwhelmed with all these different styles that are out there. You know kind of what you want, and you're able to tell the salesperson what your style is. Organize a planner, which is what I have right there, just a binder instead. Get together a board, and whether it be a poster board or just like a Pinterest board, anything like that, to get all your ideas in one place. Because once you start and you get engaged, everybody has all these ideas for everything that they want to help you with, or whether, oh, my friend did this, you should do this, is really cool, and it kind of can get overwhelming, especially if you're going with a theme and everything doesn't fit in your theme. It can kind of get overwhelming. So get a board so you're able to look at that and say, this is what we want. This is what get your ideas from your fiance, and say what you want and put that on the board out of all the ideas that you've been given. I know for me, I love, love, love Pinterest. I didn't even get a Pinterest until I got engaged. And I'm like thinking, why didn't I have this my whole life? Even though I guess I really didn't need it. But I love Pinterest. I pin so much all the time. Sometimes I'll just sit for an hour and a half on Pinterest, just pinning pins, like wedding pins, anything like that, DIY pins, stuff like that. So I don't really have a physical board, but my Pinterest board is my board. It helps me. It's a lot, but it's not as good as having a physical board, because you do have to scroll down Pinterest and you can't see it all at once and just have it be there. So getting a board. Decide if you want to have an engagement party. You do that right after you get engaged, so you need to decide what you want, if you want to have one, if you don't. And start your wedding website. It's not too early. I haven't started mine yet. It was on my May checklist, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I think my fiance is pretty much going to do the website because I'm not good with that stuff. But yeah, start a wedding website. Start putting, anything you want on there. I've seen a couple that look really awesome. You can have it as extravagant with music in the background as you want, or you can just have it simple and to the point, with all your information, where you guys are registered at. Start thinking about where you want to register. That's a good thing. As far as for gift registry, You know, whether you want to register at Walmart, Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's, whatever. Just start thinking about it. You know, it's not that much. Decide on your city and season. And I mean, that's pretty simple and self-explanatory. And that's pretty much it for my May checklist. And then I also have gotten my June checklist just out. Like I said, it's June 1st. I sent that out 2 days ago to my maid of honor, my fiance, and we're going to start, you know, just working on stuff like that, like visiting the ceremony, and just, you know, I'm not going to go down the whole list, but get a checklist together. Send that checklist every month out to who's helping you plan so they can have an idea of what you want to get done by the end of that month. And those little small goals will help you reach, you know, your big goal of getting the wedding that you want and getting it done the way you want to do it. So that's like the main thing as far as planning ahead, as you know, as far as I'm concerned. Figure out, you know, what you want to do, figure out how you want it to be done, and just slowly, piece by piece, put it together. And you will have the wedding you want, and you won't be stressed out. And then also as far as saving money, what luckily for me and my fiance, we already got a joint account, and I mean we have our separate accounts too, but we already have a joint savings account together where we had already started putting money to the side before we even got engaged. And we kind of didn't know, well, I kind of didn't know what we were going to do with that. We thought, okay, maybe for trips, if we want to go on trips. But I mean, he knew the whole time that he was going to propose, so he knew why we got it. But I always thought it was just for us to, if we wanted to go on trips and stuff. So yeah, start saving, you know, a little money to the side. Do what you can do, whether it be $25 every time you get paid, to the side. Every little thing helps. And yeah, that's basically it. And I will be back next week with another wedding vlog. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye, YouTube.